So, magandang gabi mga kababayan. Magandang gabi mga kaibigan at mga ka-YouTube. Yan. So, time check, it's 7:15 in the evening. Okay. Meron lang akong talakayin. Talakayin ba? Oh. I want to talk something about it. Kasi eto ngayon ang brutal na katotohanan. Okay. The flood control scandal involving ghost and defective projects na pinag-ukulan ng tens of billions of pesos ay nangangahulugan lamang that President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. ay hindi karapat-dapat to lead our beloved country. We have a ghost presidency. It must be end. Tama ba? Okay, now it's like there is no real leader governing the nation. Parang walang kwenta ang ating presidente. Meron kasi tayong, let's say, mercenary mainstream media refusing to see this elephant in the room. It is President Marcos mismo who either out of laziness, an innate unconcern in governance, ignorance of how to manage organizations na hindi kayang solusyonan ang problema sa korupsyon on a massive scale sa kanyang 3 taong pamumuno. Naka 3 years na siya, magpo 4 years na pero parang lalong lumalala ang corruption sa ating bansa. Ngayon, na ang corruption ay nalantad na, akala niya na ang mga Filipinos are so stupid na maniniwala at isipin na siya is the one undertaking a campaign against it. May naniniwala pa ba? I doubt. If Marcos had no idea na ang budget allocations para sa flood control projects mula noong 2022 hanggang mid-2025 ay kinukurakot at binubulsa lang ng mga corrupt na contractors, mga opisyal ng DPWH at mga congressman, then he is an incompetent na president. Diba? At kung alam naman niya at nakikinabang din siya, then he is a kleptocratic presidency. Itong ghost flood control scandal, ang pinakamalaking infrastructure racket in our history na nabunyag, dwarfing the 10 billion pesos pork barrel scam of a decade ago. Pero it's just the tip of the iceberg nga ng infrastructure corruption. Maliit lang na porsyento yan sa kabuuan. Tip of the iceberg nga lang sabi. Na nagkakahalaga ng 556 something billion pesos from 2022 to 2024. It's just 22% lang of its total infrastructure budget of 2.6 trillion pesos for these 3 years. 'Di ba? Sa totoo lang, most of us haven't even heard of ghost flood control projects noon as a venue for corruption. But instead, ang alam natin is the corruption in the building of roads, bridges, and even small municipal level projects. Yun lang yung mga usual na alam natin na kinukurakot ng mga opisyalis Ngayon lang natin narinig tong ghost projects na mas grabe pala. The ghost flood control projects and substandard works across the breadth of the country are not isolated mistakes. Ito ang maliwanag na sinyales that the president is either dangerously incompetent or hopeless complacent. Okay. From Bulacan and Pampanga to Cavite and Metro Manila, ang mga pangyayari ay depressingly familiar. Homes underwater, schools shut down, farmers losing crops, and small businesses shattered. At anong ginagawa ni Presidente? Andun, taking selfies at doon sa mga relief operations, pangiti-ngiti sa camera, na para bang photo ops could stop a flood. It is weird, no? It's so weird that Marcos even visits sites where a flood control projects should have been or was so substandard na napakadaling sinira lang ng pagbaha. Tapos, and he says, I'm very angry. Natawa ako dun nang narinig ko sinabi niya sa television. Television, sa mga videos pala sa YouTube. Hindi ba dapat magalit siya sa sarili niya? Ay nako. Alam niyo, this corruption has been going on since he assumed power for 3 years. Tapos ngayon lang siya gumawa ng campaign to stop it. Hindi kaya naisip ni Marcos na he hadn't properly supervised the DPWH, which everyone knows na ito ang favorite nest of corruptors. Diba? Bata pa tayo, mga bata pa, naririnig na natin yan, na madali ang pera dyan sa DPWH. Nakakapagtaka why the DPWH secretary he appointed since he assumed power, etong si Manuel Bunuan, ay hindi pa nasisibak hanggang ngayon. Or even masuspende man lang. Sana. Has Bunuan guilty that he will spill the beans if he is fired? Masyado yata nating iniingatan. President. Itong si Bunuan. Wala ba in his inner circle? Like for example, his executive secretary, his advisors, his special assistants, or even his wife. Di ba man lang nila masabi, boss, grabe ng karakutan sa DPWH. Marcos didn't uncover these ghost flood control projects. Napilitan na lang siya because of this series of events. Napilitan na lang siya to pretend to undertake a campaign to cover up for total failure in curving such graph in the past 3 years. Sa kanyang State of the Nation address noong July 2024, sinabi niya that his administration has completed more than 5,500 flood control projects. He pledged 500 billion pesos over the next decade to protect Manila, Metro Manila, and Central Luzon. And then, days later, ilang araw lang, dumating si Typhoon Karina and the monsoon. It flooded those areas, Metro Manila and Central Luzon and others. His critics started to focus on exposing the immense gap sa claim ni Marcos na flood control projects and the reality of floods all over the metropolis and certain provinces. Para masabi niya na he is doing something to clamp down on corruption, gumawa siya ng website to allow citizens to report defective or ghost flood control projects. Some over-eager DPWH officials dumped too much data on the website. The portal listed nearly 9,855 flood control projects implemented from July 2022 to May 2025, along with contractors, corporate names, cost, and statuses, except the owners of these firms. The red flags screamed 640 something projects had unclear descriptions, and 100 billion of the 18% of the 545 billion programs was awarded to just 15 contractors. Marcos also didn't expect that the May elections would put to the 20th Senate ang isang senador na hindi takot sa administration, unbribable, hindi nasusuhulan, who have proven excellent investigative skills, a seasoned litigator, Rodante Marcoleta. Nearly all in the past Senate either didn't have the skills or the interest in uncovering corruption, didn't have the moral standing to do so since they were charged for involvement in the pork barrel scam, or wouldn't touch anything that would remotely hurt the image of the Marcos administration. At eto pa, Marcoleta, Senador Marcoleta was chosen by his colleagues to head the Senate's Blue Ribbon Committee. that is authorized to investigate reports of corruption. Marcoleta, on his first day in the Senate, immediately launched Philippines underwater, targeting ghost projects, contractor monopolies, and potential graft. Shadowy practices were fast exposed dahil sa pagsisimula pa lang ng Senate hearing, such as license renting and projects awarded out of sync with actual flood-prone needs. Sa privilege speech noong August 20 ni Senator Lacson, he declared that half of the 2 trillion pesos historically allocated for flood control over 15 years may have been lost to corruption, with only 30 to 40% of funds reaching tangible projects. Anong ibig sabihin nito? The investigations into ghost or defective flood control projects have gained momentum way beyond Marcos's intention of putting up a show that he is clamping down on corruption under his government. Itong si Presidente Marcos sinusubukang umiwas away from the scandal by asking investigative journalists to find out kung sinong may-ari ng mga contracting firms at mga anomalies na nabisto nila. Pero 'di ba, he has the entire state machinery at his disposal, 'di ba? Like for example, the Securities and Exchange Commission can produce ownership records. The Commission on Audit to submit the audits of Public Works Department audit contracts. Why? Even the so-called Quadcom of the House of Representatives, under the command of his cousin, Speaker Martin Romualdez, diba? The National Bureau of Investigation has had a force of skilled investigators to unearth scams. Kaya lang, the NBI has been chasing rabbits. Nakafocus sila on running after bloggers critical of the regime, hunting down makers of viral videos showing Marcos sniffing cocaine, and pretending to be counter-espionage experts going after alleged Chinese spies. Pero wala naman nangyayari. Puro sablay. The PNP's Criminal Investigations and Detection Group ay may mga personnel and institutional expertise to track down sophisticated crimes. But Marcos ordered its head to focus kung paano nila makikidnap si Tatay Digong and bring him to the ICC jail. Yun yung mga pinagkaabalahan nila Imbis na ay nako. Imbis na itong ghost flood control scandal. Itong ghost flood control scandal dwarfs the notorious PDAF pork barrel scandal noong early 2000s in both scale and concentration. It involved 10 billion 10 billion pesos in misused public funds funneled through bogus NGOs. Wala, nanliit ito eh. Nanliit tong PDAF, pork barrel, kumpara dito sa di ba? In contrast, 15 flood control contractors lang ang nakakuha ng 71 billion in funds. 71 billion pesos in funds from July 2022 to May 2025. Na karamihan sa mga projects na ito were for non-existent o kaya naman ay nandyan nga substandard structures naman. Well, under the Constitution, a president can be removed for betrayal of public trust, allowing or just being unaware of a system where billions vanished into ghost projects is betrayal of public trust, diba? So if Marcos has a shred of integrity, kung may natitira pa siyang katiting na integrity sa katawan, di ba? Kung itong si Marcos ay may katiting na integrity, he should resign. Tama na, resign na. Nakakahiya ka na eh. O kaya naman, dapat naman siyang ma-impeach. Imagine, napakalaking skandal sa iyong administrasyon in 3 years time. That is as far as I'm concerned. Okay guys, my own opinion lang yan. Ewan ko lang kung anong sa inyo. Okay? As usual, salamat. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsuporta. Please subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Maraming salamat. Until the next one. Bye-bye.